Atomic Stacy. Atomic Stacy. Welcome to the stream. We're happy that you're here. Pour yourself a drink. Tea or coffee, wine or beer. Coffee, wine or beer. Our host, she may be knitting. Our host, she may be spinning. But mostly she'll be chatty Cathy, helping gladly. So get all them bitsies ready. It's Atomic Stacy. An expert at all that you like. Atomic Stacy. So sit back and embrace the delight. You can laugh along, craft along, sass along with Atomic Stacy.
Good morning, gang. Hello, everybody. Happy weekend. We made it. There were some doubts. Hello. Hello. Happy weekend to Hankinets, Lady E, Bash Brannigan, D Moon, welcome back home. Rocket Propelled Freeman, welcome back home. How's everybody doing? I got to hang out with D Moon this week. It was delightful. We did all the Epcot things. We rode Guardians of the Galaxy. Made a new BFF. And now we're here. And I'm covered in cat hair, but you can't see it, so it's fine. All right. Rocket Propelled Freeman. I hope you are enjoying North Carolina delightfully. D-Moon, I'm sorry we wore you out so much. But I hope you enjoyed the heat before you went back home, because it's cold in places and stuff. Did you finish the first sock? I did. I finished it last night. We are behind, but it's fine. It's fine. Burp. All right. You want to see it? We'll just cut right to the chase. We'll just cut straight to the chase. Burr, burr, burr. I did. I finished it last night. A lot of setbacks this week. But we officially have a sock. So if nothing else, we will be cheerleader, and that will be fine. It's 22 here. Such a big change from Florida. Yeah. Y'all left and it got even hotter, and I was like, what is this? I hate it. It'll cool back down a little bit. A taste of summer. But yeah, it's done. There's just yarn everywhere. You can't see it, but I'm stroking all the ends. And I wove some of them in last night, because what I did is I went back and I looked everywhere that there was a little bit of a hole that needed a little plus. I wove in the ends so that there weren't gaping holes when I submitted the sock. So I wove in a fair chunk of ends. You can't see it. It's fine. I wove in a bunch of ends, like a dozen. And this is what's left over. But you can see the seam here from where you do the intarsia. We have a regulation sock. All I need to do is add the balloon strings. Did it take an all-nighter to finish it? No. Nope. Went to bed at a normal time. I couldn't sleep, but I went to bed at a normal time. So, a sock. It also fits great. Not that you guys really needed to know that, but I needed to know that. Oh, okay. So now we're casting on the second sock. And I'll get this out of the way so you guys can actually see what's going on. There we go. Oh, that's better. Toxic Knitter, hello, happy weekend. If you are still knitting on your sock, just keep going. It's fine. 5 days, all weekend. The second sock always goes faster than the first sock. Just keep going. I am kid-free, so I just woke up. Fennel, hello, good morning. Just for you, I'll show off. We have one completed sock. All that we need to do is add the balloon strings. But she's a beaut. And she's only, what is this, 10, 20? She's only 11 rows longer than regulation. I didn't have to knit very much longer to make it fit either. So now we have to do it again. Second verse, same as the first, but a little bit louder and a little bit worse. So we're gonna do some knitting today. Oh no! Oh shit! I just unraveled a stitch because I was like, oh no, it's tangled up. Yes, on purpose, Stacy. Good job. Okay, let's we're gonna count this real quick. Your new BFF is standing here smiling and happy to see you. Hello. We're knitting socks today. One more time. One more time. We just finished making this first sock. We're going to add some balloon strings so it makes it look like she's holding all these balloons. Look at all these balloons. A bajillion balloons. But it's a sock. I am working on the second sock now. It's true. So I cast it on right before stream, and then I just very silly took 2 stitches off, I think. So let's we're gonna count this real quick. So we don't make a mistake and embarrass ourselves live on the internet. $67. All right, so it's just 1 stitch. 68. Beautiful. All right, so I'm going to twist our yarn. And because this is a provisional cast on, but actually twist it this time. Because it's a provisional cast on, we're going to leave one of these sets live. Forgot I have a resistance pin, and I must have been detained at least 6 times. What's a resistance pin? Oh, we did Disney. I got harassed by stormtroopers. Yes. Sorry. I'm gonna take a big sip of coffee. Brave, thank you for the 14-month sub, my bean. France, how are you this weekend? Zifu Pad, hello, happy weekend. One day I will go to Disney. Fennel, you're gonna tell me. And I'm gonna make Mickey pull out all the stops for you. I can do this. Mouse owes me a favor. I had the right one. This one. We just live so far away. I know. Fennel, I know. That used to be us. I get it. We'll make it happen. We'll work something out. I'm still working on the balloons on the first sock. I'm trying to make cheerleader. All crafty, you can do it. You got 5 days. All weekend, so much time. This is not the time to panic. Here we go. 1, 2. We're going to count to triple check because it's one of those mornings. 3, 4. Oh, 5. It's fine. Seven, 28. Five. Whoop. Three. 60. I know this is not the most exciting thing to watch me do today. I'm sorry, gang. Six, 7. Then I have a spare, so we're just gonna hit those two together. 8. Coffee maker is done. All right, so there's 68 on one side. Now I'm going to do 68 on the other. How dare you knit on your knitting stream? I know, Brave. This is so weird. Also, thank you again for that sub. Dak, good morning. Hello. Had a sleepover with the girlfriend. Yeah. We're going to a coffee shop once her and Danny wake up. Aw. I hope you have a fun coffee date. Can't wait until we go on a coffee date. I'm very excited. I'm very excited. Also, my glasses are very dirty. I don't have a cloth to clean. It's fine. We'll leave it for now. My cousin bought me a BB-8 pin that says join the resistance, and it's on my lanyard that reads there's no peace, only passion. Yeah, they would have seen you coming a mile away. All crafty, hello. I'm still working on the balloons on the first sock. Oh, I read this. It's fine. You're fine. Keep going. Keep knitting. It took me so much time to figure it out, but I finally did. You're going to race through the rest of it. I thought that based upon how long the balloons took, the girl would take forever, and I flew through it. I just physically have not had hours to this week or spoons. We'll get into that in a minute. Some of it's for a very good reason, and some of it is just bonkers. But let's check this other side real fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7. 6. Six. Five. 7. 60. 61. 66. 67. Oh, I have 2 extra stitches. All right. 68. Put a little stitch marker there. Boop. Sleep. Fix it in post, gang. It's fine. It's so fine. It's all fine today. There we go. So now I have 2 shorty needles instead of that big long needle, so it's much easier to have all of my stitches hang out and chill while we continue to knit. Any chance you saw The Consultant on Prime? I have not, but I saw the trailer for it, and I'm very intrigued. How could you not see the trailer? It's all over Twitch today. I am a Sith supporter. Reminds me of that line from Grease, where the principal goes, "If you can't be an athlete, be an athletic supporter." And I don't know why, but that line has always been hilarious to me. And that's what your Sith comment reminded me of. I just put them on either side of the sock seam. Yeah, nailed it, Hinka. Did you, Hinka, did you end up finishing your sock last night? I'm sorry, gang. I don't remember how my hands work. Oh, I'm having a week. Gonna get through it. We're gonna make it. I need to pull this one longer, but keep this one short. You go back in your hole. I'm gonna get 3 more stitches down and then everything will fix itself. But these first 3 stitches may be the end of me. Hey, sock. Sock. The first one was supposed to be the hard one. Would you get your shit together, please? Thank you very much. Fuck it, we cheat. I just want to knit these 2 stitches together. And they do not want to go together. They're like siblings. I'm like, ugh, Mom, I hate her. And I'm like, I know, Bean, but we gotta do the shit. All right, here we go. You go there. You go here. Not now, knitting. Y'all, my knitting is trying to kill me today. I just need one stitch. we go. Yep. All right, string, hello. Knitting is trying to kill me. Make it stop. Here we go. How did I manage to do this the first time around? I swear I did. I don't know what is going on this time, though. This time, it's haunted. Do you feel you still have something new to learn about knitting? Yeah! How to not make this happen again. Because it's having a moment. There we go. Alright, we're back. Boop. This one can go in here. This can go here. We're back. Alright. So we did 2 stitches. 1, 2. Or 2 rows. Yeah, okay. And we just keep doing this until we die. Forever. I don't know why it's giving me such a hassle this morning. I think I'm just tired and grumpy. Jacques. Betrayal. I just started a new shawl with the yarn from Minnesota. Yes. What shawl are you knitting? Also, I might have bought a certain droid that I own, and she was going mental in the resistance area. Yes. GF got you a second book for Psalm of the Wild Bill. I swear I'm going to read that this year, Brave, before I see you.
So much of a technical player myself.
The instructions for the heel were not friendly, especially if I'd never done a short row heel before. Jane Wayne, I would agree. A lot of people had trouble with the heel. I feel like there were a lot of extra questions about it. Also the same with the foot. It's like, just keep working until you go to the toe. And I'm like, but how long before the end of my foot should that be? And then finally I realized they're like, oh, the toe adds this many rows, so back up 20 rows or whatever. And then I kind of sort of backwards mathed it. I was really mad last night when I was reading that. I was like, these are not friendly, like beginner sock friendly instructions. It felt more like a sock recipe than a sock pattern. For just the heel and the toe, which is a shame because I feel like the rest of it was like written out really nicely because there was lots of room to like leave notes, and I really liked the box where it's like you have this many stitches, and I was like, oh, this is all nice and beginner friendly. And then it got to the instructions and I was like, no? Okay. So that was kind of disappointing, but I feel like people are finally catching on. If y'all have questions, now is the time. Hydrate, we will do that. Fennel Brave was in Minnesota. He's in Chicago now. We were in the Twin Cities area when I went up to see them. It's forbidden fibers, I'm pretty sure. I have a picture somewhere. Ain't nobody got time for that. Perkins, I don't have time for your cuteness. We got in this sack. Perkins is like, you said my name. No. Do you want to come say hi? Hinka misses you. Perkins, you want to say hi to Hinka? She does want to say hi to Hinka. There's no crying and knitting. There is crying and knitting. It's okay. Perkins, come here. Hinka wants to say hi to you. I'll come over, but I'm going to take my sweet ass time to do it. Say hi to Hinka. Hello, baby. Good morning. Say good morning to Hinka. String's here too. You remember String? She's like, yes, excellent. All of my people. Oh. Mom, not in front of everybody. I know. Don't tell them I like the forehead kisses, then they'll know. And they'll know my weakness. Oh, your weakness. Look at this RBF face. You can't be on the desk today, Bean. You can't. We got too much to do. Too much to do. All right, y'all done? You got your butt pats in. You got your head scritches, and you said hi to your friends. Okay. Just like fuck that. I'm out. I don't see any making or crafting going on here, but there was a cat. In my defense, Your Honor, we just had a cat. Can't this light? Hang on. One notch is too bright, and one notch is too dark. So we aim for the middle. 6%. Let's go. Thank you. There we go. All right. Oh, okay. But cat. Now we're back. Has that dinosaur behind you always been there? Bash, he's been there since the last craft night. So, 2 weeks? 2 weeks. My daughter got autographs from the mystery gang at Universal Studios. Velma saw your autograph and said, "Who is Atomic Stacy? She sounds smart." She answered, "Yes, she is." That's so cute. She sounds bae. T-Moon's kiddo asked for my autograph. And then I had to go, oh no, I need an autograph. Can't sign my government name. That's not fun. So then I did. I gave my very first ever Atomic Stacy autograph. It was very cute. Speaking of which, D-Moon, I have a card from some friends that you guys missed that I need to mail to you. So later I'll get your your mailing address. I should have got your autograph. Snooze, you lose, Brave. I'm only handing out secondsies from here on out. Also, Hootie Hoo, hello, happy weekend. I hope you're having a lovely time zone, wherever you may be. Danny Joy, hello, my bean. We're fighting on the second sock. Atomicon is super still in October. I have my Airbnb all set to go. Just need to get the plane ticks. I have all of the vacation time requested and approved at work. January 1, I put in all of it. Maybe I can swing it. Heck yeah. I believe Punk Pixie Blue is intending on going. And they're in the Twin Cities area. So if y'all need to talk some transportation, I'm sure they would be happy to line something up or give you some tips and tricks. Knitting needles keep stabbing my row counter. Got it. Speed. Shadowfax, show me the meaning of haste. Brave, if only there were some way I would see you again where you could get my autograph. Alas, I only give out one autograph and never more. Very feisty for someone who is struggling this hard this morning. That's what I'm learning about myself. It's the same vibe as someone who says fight me a lot for someone who cries in the bathroom so much. The Wix website agenda is still current. So we were going to start looking, what do we say? April, right? May, June, July, August, September, October. Yeah. So end of March, we're going to make official plans. 6 months out, we're going to start really kind of buckling down. Last I looked, like we were talking about doing a Broadway on Chicago show because Chicago has a great theater district. But none of the shows were listed for times in October yet. So that is really the only one that's still up in the air. The other ones are pretty set in stone. The rest of the itinerary is set in stone. That's the plan. But then we just need to start figuring out who all's going. So 6 months out is when we'll send out the all the RSVPs. So you can go onto the website and you can check what ones you're interested in attending, so I can get a rough head count so we can start like finding a restaurant that'll fit everybody, and I can start making like a reservation or seeing about getting like a back room or something, or a group reservation. So stuff like that. Wanted to wait until we were a bit closer. One, to give people as much time as possible to plan. And then two, because, you know, restaurants change. So the end of March, first week of April, we're going to go into planning mode. And that's when we'll create, there'll be like a Google interest form. And then like a month out, we'll have like an official RSVP. All of it's free. It costs nothing. I take no money. I'm making negative dollars off of this trip. It is purely just a chance for all of us to hang out and do the thing. And then we'll put like, we'll be at this restaurant at this time, and if you guys want to show up, great. And then if you're like sightseeing and doing other things, that's great too. So it's gonna be a lot of like, I will be here at this date and this time, and if you are also here at this date and this time, that would be swell. You know, the first week of March is coming this, stop it, end of March, beginning of April. I got another month. Y'all have another month. Guys, it has been a hell of a week. I say every week. But this one, I really mean it. World's longest week. Potatoes. Guitar nut. Oh, I'm sorry, Chad. I didn't mean to elbow you in the face. Guitar nut. Hello, happy weekend, by the way. Why do you have two circular needles? I don't. I did it the first time around, and it made it go much faster than having the big, long circular needles stabbing me. But for whatever reason, my hands aren't working today, and it's not letting me do it. Because, I don't know, I'm haunted. Sock I should have cast on 3 days ago. Oh, why do I have two circular needles? Because it's a provisional cast on. HC Dark Soul, hello. It's going all right. You're up early. We're up this time every Saturday, 10 a.m., my dude. This is us. Damien always sleeps through my streams. He is a terrible mod. Worst mod, really.
What is Tata's, Precious?
Damien is the worst mod I've ever had. If anybody wants to plot to overtake him, put a bid in for my most favoritist mod, you're all welcome to. The bar is extra low. Although you will have to fight Knitter Girl, who rolls in like a boss. Fennel, that's being extra generous. Let's not blow smoke up people's skirts this early in the morning. I will carry that burden. String, do you want to be knighted? I'll do it. I'll do it right here, right meow. Careful. I will cross swords with Damien. How long does Damien sleep for? Yes. What was it? Thursday? We went and got our passports. We had our passport appointment. And he came home at like 1 o'clock and then slept until like 5. And I was like, well, must be nice. I had to go back to work. Who we fighting? Damien. Always Damien. String, step forth. Kneel, my friend. I dub thee moderator. I won't fight, but I'll buy the drinks. Oh, Guitar Nut. Now you're speaking my language. I assume Damien does late streams to get the West Coast viewers. Bash, you assume much too much. It's because once Damien gets started, he doesn't want to stop. And then because he slept all day the day previously, he's still awake. So he's like, well, I might as well just keep streaming. It's a vicious cycle. Tell him I now get his whiskey collection. Whoa, whoa, whoa. String. First of all, I put a ring on it. So when he has his eventual demise, I get the whiskey collection. but I will share because I'm a benevolent ruler. I'm a kind and gentle ruler. Who we fighting? I'm down. I'm in a mood. Purple, I hope you're apart from being in a mood, I hope you're having a nice weekend. Should record your cats throwing up and play it really loud when you want Damien to wake up. HC Dark Soul, Damien doesn't have that. Do you know how many times I've like woken up and turned the light on to clean up cat puke and Damien's like, what's going on? And I'm like, your cat is puking everywhere. And he's like, oh, and then like falls back asleep. I'll help. I'm like, great. I'll put a ring on that. Well, of course we would be there together. We would be drinking whiskey together. I've done it quite a few times already. I hope all of you are having a lovely weekend. I've had a decent week, but man, I feel like I have done absolutely everything under the sun. I need to get my glasses and put on real daytime clothes. No, you don't. You're a moderator now. You can do anything you want. You have the power. Let me know how that excuse works in real life. Excuse me, I'm a moderator now. You can't talk to me like that, sir. I'm a moderator. Let's count rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. It says 7 on my knitting. It says 7 on my counter. We good to go. All right, it should be much smoother from here on out. Do the cats follow your sleep schedule or Damien's? Mine. Ash, I hear the only thing you have to fear is fear itself. Also, if you don't fear me and I'm the lead moderator, I think the other moderators will be fine. It's not like I have, like, a horde of angry evil robots gunning for you. When I know she's on the bed with us. Yeah, that also doesn't matter. It's only the dirty cat. The other two almost never have hairballs. They will sometimes eat food too fast and then throw up next to the food bowl. But they don't. Dirty's the only one that has the hairballs. And it still doesn't matter. She's up to eat, drink, and use the litter box. That's because she's an old gal. Old gals get to do whatever they want. We're boys. To get them old bones, you get free reign. Can't wait till my old bones are actually old bones instead of just feeling like old bones. I too want free reign. Also, I just realized Damien used up the last tissue in my office and didn't bring me up a new box. The other one loves to eat grass. Dirty would also like to eat grass. Damien was bringing in groceries yesterday, and that cat let herself out the back door and then just rolled around on the warm stones on the patio, like the woo girl that she is. What's the old bone number for humans? I don't know. I feel like I have old bones. But every time I announce I have old bones, everyone goes, "You're still so young, please." So I'm just waiting for them to be like, "Ah, yes, wisdom." HC Dark Soul, it's a row counter. Helps me count the rows. Give him a hanky and tell him to use that or get his own box of tissues. Well, if I had remembered that he had stolen the last tissue, I would have grabbed my hanky, but now my hanky's in the bedroom and all the tissues are downstairs and I had to blow my nose. Ah! Gold! Spy with my little eye. Tissue. Ah, sweet relief. That's not the right side. I picked up my knitting and I was like, this looks weird. Wrong side. JJ, hello. Happy weekend. Person's age doesn't matter if it's the miles. It's not the years, honey. It's the mileage. I just turned 38 this year and my body is like one of over 70. Mine too. Haven't been on one of the streams in forever? Not a problem. Welcome on in. It's like you never left. I'm just furiously knitting a sock for Sock Madness today. It's like, what do you want to do this weekend? And I was like, watch Critical Role so I can knit. He knows how serious Sock Madness is. So speaking of my crazy week, first of all, how is everybody doing? I hope y'all are having a nice weekend, and I hope y'all have been having a good week. So I've had a jam-packed week. Monday, I hung out with D-Moon and his family. We were here in sunny Florida, and we did the Epcot Death March. Which was very fun, but man, did my feet hurt when I got home. So it was fun but exhausting, as most days at Disney tend to be, in the theme park land. And then also I would just like to say, hang on, let me double check my row count here. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8. Are we at 9? She's at 10. 1, 2. Nope, we're at 9. Okay, good. What episode are we on? I do not remember. 32, I think. The big thing with Laudna has not happened yet. It's only old people who are eaten by crocs. Bash, people aren't eaten by alligators usually. It's usually small dogs. Get too close to the water. Where are you getting your facts from? Anyway, so that was very fun. Tuesday, I had I'll just say it. I had a phone interview for a position at work that I am being peer pressured into applying for. I don't think I'm qualified for the role. I think that like I could do it, but I don't think I'm the most qualified candidate. But everyone I know has peer pressured me into applying for it. So we'll see. So Tuesday I had an interview for that. The first round interview. I think it went well. We'll find out. The nice thing is this is the first time I've ever applied for a job where it wasn't like an emergency fire sale situation. Like most times when I apply for a job, there's a lot of pressure. It's either like, I really want to get this promotion or I really need to get out of here. Usually I really need to get out of here. Whether it's into a different department or a different company or a different line of business. So it's really weird being in the spot to where like it doesn't matter. Like I've never had an interview that doesn't matter, because like I got off the phone and I was like, oh no, that didn't go as great as it went well, but I could have done better. Two of the questions kind of caught me off guard, and I was like, so I hope I answered them and I know that they could tell that it caught me off guard, but I hope I answered it genuinely kind of good. But it was just weird, like, because I wanted to sit there and like analyze it and freak out about it. And I was like, it doesn't really matter. So it's really nice, but it's kind of weird because like part of me is like, well, if I didn't really want the job anyway, why am I so nervous about it? Then I'm like mad at myself because then I'm psyching myself out. Very adult old phone of you. Thank you. I love my job, and this would basically be doing the same job at a higher level. It's for an executive secretary. Do I think I could do it? Yes. Am I nervous because I won't be able to curse nearly as much in the office? Also, yes. Gonna have to put a clamp on my sailor mouth if I get this promotion. So we'll see. It's almost basically the same job, but a different category. I do love my current boss. I love the old sassy gay man I work for with all my heart. He currently is having a fight with a bird. There's a woodpecker that nests in his tree twice a year during mating season, and it's for like a month. And last year he put up with it and he goes, fine, whatever. And this year there were babies and he goes, this is not okay. So he's hung like and the problem is that they like fly up to the window and then smack into it or like peck at the window, and it drives him bonkers. And so he's tried like putting up shiny disco balls and the tree, and that works for like a couple days, and then they're not scared of the disco balls anymore. And he's like, the window tapping. And I adore him. Would the new job appreciate your fingering bag? Probably not. I don't know if my current job appreciates my fingering bag. That's a loaded question. 11. Okay. Such a loaded question. How many cats does Disney employ to control Mickey? Well, there's the Aristocats. So at least 3. We'll assume Duchess stayed in France. Trying to think of like other cats. There are more than 3 Aristocats. Yeah, but I am assuming that the rest of them stayed in France. Because really you only see... Oh... Who is it? Louise to Louise and Marie. I'm a bad Disney person. Stacey's getting a new job? No. Stacey's not getting a new job. Stacey peer pressure applied for a new job. So that was all Tuesday. That was all the drama on Tuesday. So then Wednesday, I go in, and it's Wednesday's the department review day. So there's a huge project review. There's each of the the art department review is on Wednesday. All the things are on Wednesday. And at 10:35 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the internet in the building goes out. Everybody just kind of gets out of their cubicle and walks around and goes, huh. Yep. So that's not great. And all the people who are still interested in doing work are freaking out. And the rest of us were like, I'd send an email, but I can't. And I was like, I'm so sorry. I didn't want to be here so hard that I manifested ruining it for everyone. Ravage to Savage. Hello. Thank you for the raid. Coming in, gang. I'm, furiously knitting socks and talking about how my week is gone. I don't know if there's a pre-roll ad or not, so I'll give everyone a hot second to come in. But welcome, Raiders. Ravage to Savage, what were you up to? Happy weekend. String, quick! A shout out! I need it! Burr, burr, burr. Help us, Stringy One Kenobi. String's like, ah, shit, I'm trying to put pants on. Fumbles for the phone, drops it. That would be me. I got you, String. It's okay. Raiders, welcome on in. Ravage to Savage. How's it going? Call of Duty 3. No, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, exclamation mark, not 3. Thank you, String. It's fine. It's first day jitters. I was brushing my teeth. I knew it. I was like, she's getting ready. And I just threw this at her. And now she's going to regret being knighted. It's going to be a thing. It's okay. Poor performance so far. Well, D-Moon, when we consider the alternative, she's still passing with flying colors. No regrets. No egrets. No regrets. Oh, wait. Welcome in, Raiders. I'm Atomic Stacy. I do knitting, and I spin wool into yarn, and I tell really bad stories. Very poorly, disjointedly, over distractions. So Wednesday, the internet goes out, and everyone's just kind of standing around, collaborating, and we're like, and there is a Starbucks across the street. So we were all making jokes about like going down to the Starbucks. And several people did walk down to the Starbucks, but just to get a coffee, not to like do work, which I loved. And everyone's like, well, we could just all have like an office party at Starbucks. And I was like, you know where there's free Wi-Fi? My house. So I waited 2 hours and the internet did not come back up. And I said, this place blows. I'm leaving. And then I did. And then I worked from home the rest of the day, and that was swell. Free? Technically it is, because Damien pays the internet. We're row crowner twins! Yeah! 13 rows for the win! I do not at all miss working in an office. I miss working from home. Because when you're working from home and the internet goes out, going to Starbucks seems like an adventure. When you're working in the office and the internet goes out, you're like, and then we all agreed to never work again today, right? And it was funny because so this weekend is the Princess Half Marathon. Or last weekend? No, it's this weekend. This weekend is the Princess Half Marathon. And everybody had, like, a whole bunch of the teams had to stay because all the rehearsals and all the sign making and all the components were physically on site, so they couldn't just leave and go home. So I felt really bad for them. But I was like, I'm not working marathon this year. Bye. I walked around the office talking to people for an hour, and then that was a lot of fun. And then I got tired of people. So then I just sat in my cubicle with my feet up on my desk, scrolling Instagram. And that was the best. And I would have kept doing that, except I did, in fact, actually have crap that I needed to get done. So I went home, and that was even better. And then Thursday, Damien and I had our passport appointment, so we could get our passportes. That was an hour of awkward paperwork with a lady speaking through the microphone thing and me constantly asking her to repeat herself. Always a joy. But the plus side was, on the way back, Damien and I went to the used bookstore because it's on the other side of town. Damien and I went to the used bookstore, and that was really nice because I got some books. No Star Wars books, but that's okay. You can't win them all. You can't win them all. And then let's see. So we did that, and then Thursday, stuff at work blew up. Most of it is very exciting things that just got approved, so everybody's scrambling before someone changes their minds and says never mind. And none of it I can talk about, which is a darn shame. But Thursday night I was working late, and then I was really stressed out, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have so much work to do on Friday. And then I was like, and Damien's like, but you still got to stream, right? And I was like, I forgot about the stream. So like, I'm having a mental breakdown Thursday, and I'm like, I'm just so tired. So Damien's like, I think you should cancel stream. And I said, that sounds like a good idea. So I did, for my own sanity. HC Dark Soul, we do not have a half price books here. There is 1 Books A Million and 2 Barnes & Noble in all of the Orlando area, and it was not either of those 3. It was the 1 used bookstore out of 2 for all of the greater Orlando area, if you can believe it. There are no bookstores down here. I hate it. And it's a little teeny weensy mom and pop used bookstore, and I adore it. Oh, we should have pearled this round. Just wanted to keep going. Pango books. No, I've never heard of this. Hinka. I hear there's a used bookstore that is near you that's very fancy. Guess what? It's also a bookstore. Yes. Tell me all the things. It's like buying used books from other people. Oh. I have to get... There's a cigar lounge in walking distance? Okay. Okay, good. Okay. So instead of worrying about... I'm not going to worry about bringing cigars up there then. We're just going to do the cigar thing. We'll just buy cigars there, because then I won't have to worry about them getting smushed. This is all excellent. My plan's coming along nicely. I'm on a no book buy. Oh, I'm sorry. Walden Books was my jam. The mall. remember both of those things. So this used bookstore is really fun because they'll buy your used books for store credit. So then your purchase can be half store credit and half not store credit. So you are like perpetually always getting things for 75% off, which is very nice because it's already half off the sale price, the cover price. Anyway, I'm sure it's a racket because otherwise how would they stay in business? But I give them books I don't want, and then I get new used books that I do want for not very much monies, and that feels right. So I got Tell the Wolves I'm Home, which I'm very excited to read. I got The Once and Future Witches, which I started reading. I got 2/3 of the way through, and then I had to give the library book back. So I'm very excited to give that a full, proper reread, a second chance. I got Team of Rivals, which is all about how Lincoln formed his cabinet based upon his former rivals to get varying opinions, which is why Lincoln's government was so efficient. It's a doorstop nonfiction novel that I'm very desperate to read because I'm a crazy person. And then I also got the Book of Lost Names because someone in our book club highly recommended it. And then I saw it and I was like, well, don't mind if I do. And then I bought Damien a book that I'm sure I'll just eventually read myself and then return. Biggest Bird, hello, make a sword. That's not how this knitting works. That's not how knitting socks work, but nice try. Also, happy weekend. Out of cardboard? Can't. Cats have claimed all the cardboard. It's cat law. Once you give a cat the box, you don't get the box back. Damien got a book. I bought Damien a book. So Damien really likes nonfiction. So there's a couple of books he has read once. They're all crime, nonfiction, serial killer-y bits. So I bought him The Devil in the White City, which I read like years ago when it first came out. And it's all about H.H. Holmes's murder castle in Chicago during the World Fair. But I think it's fascinating because it talks about the architecture of Chicago and how a lot of the skyscrapers came to be. Because of Chicago being swamp. Midwest, silty swamp. The buildings kept sinking. You couldn't build buildings very high in Chicago. They kept sinking. So I really like books that tell of a really big story. It comes into play later, don't you worry. But I really enjoy books that have, like, they don't just tell you the main story, they give you like a really good picture, because it, yes, it was the murder hotel. Yes. I really like historical books that give you the proper context. Like, could they have just told this story about how this guy killed a bunch of women? Of course. But by talking about the building structures and what was going on at the time, yes, Devil in the White City. But by talking about the building structure and what was going on at the time and how, you know, because the number one question I always had when I heard the story is, well, how come nobody noticed all these missing girls? And they talk about it and how it was a transient time and how people went to the big city during the big time to make their fortune, and people disappeared constantly. And it talks about like the communication and how when you have to rely on, you know, telegrams and letters, and I really enjoy the writing style. It goes super in depth. It paints a really good picture. It's very well written, I think, in a style that I enjoy, at least. So I got it for Damien because I was like, I think you would really like this, and he would if he read. But worst comes to worst, I'll just reread it and then sell it back. So, That book is a friend of mine's favorite book. I've tried to read it a few times and struggled. It is dense. It is dense. But I look at doorstop novels and I go, ah, yes. Excellent. I won't just blow through this one like I blow through all the others. So I just read nonsense. Like The Making of the Atomic Bomb by Richard Rhodes. I think it's a fascinating read. I've read it twice. It's a Pulitzer Prize winning doorstop. Nobody reads this because they want to. Everybody reads it because they have to. Except for me. I'm the target market. Chicago's always been a huge hub for both of those things. Specifically, Chicago and Toledo are very specifically located to be gateways between the East and the West. And they're both linked by the 8090. Well, right now it's by the 8090 Turnpike, but at the time it was all the railroad lines. So they're very strategically significant places to just be hubs, especially at that time. So the book is The Devil in the White City. I believe it's by Eric with a K, Larson. I look over like it's here. It's not. It's sitting in Damien's office preparing to collect dust. So I got it for Damien. We'll see. I always make fun of my husband because he doesn't read. And he married an English literature major who constantly tries to smuggle more books into the house. Eric with a K. How do I know this? I don't know. It's just the bauble department. Maybe he wants you to read it to him out loud. I would if that would help, but I don't think that's it. Because he also doesn't listen to audiobooks, and they read much better than aloud than I do. There's an annual pinball event there in Chicago. Went one time and really enjoyed walking around and exploring. Pinball. Very fun. Hey, I read plenty of cereal boxes. It's more than Damien reads. All those mazes on the back of our cereal boxes are all unfilled. You need nuance and stuff like that? Yes. So I really enjoy books that give a historical context to the story that they're telling. But of course, then they get really dense really fast, right? Because you're halfway through the book before like they ever get to the murder bits. But by the time they get to it, you sail through it because they've laid this fantastic groundwork where all the pieces get put together kind of thing. Kind of thing. And it talks a lot about the World Fair, which also I find fascinating. But that's probably because I've watched Meet Me in St. Louis way too many times as a child. And then I got with two book girls, and then my BFF is also a book lady. It does not seem to have deterred Damien in the slightest. The last book he read was Armada by Ernest Cline, who is the writer of Ready Player One. Which actually is a pretty good book. It's bananas. It's pretty good. I still need to read Ready Player 2. I bought it and I gave it to Damien.
Who clearly has not read it. And that was where I made my first mistake.
That was my first done goofed. It's not really a doorstop. The hard cover looks like a doorstop, but you want a really nuanced story with not as much setup. That's also Pulitzer Prize winning novel. You should read All the Light We Cannot See. So good. Liked Ready Player One better than Ready Player Two. That's what everyone says, but I haven't read it yet, so I couldn't tell you. Pixel Thrift, thank you for the biddies. I appreciate it.
Bitties in my teacup.
All I want, I told Damien if he reads The Starless Sea so we can talk about it, I'll never make him read another book again. And he's just like, nah, I'm good. I was like, let the harassment commence. Because The Starless Sea is my favorite book ever. Gonna leave a lurk. No problem, Pixel Thrift. Thank you for the lurk. I hope you have a lovely weekend. Can't beat a good book recommendation before my coffee. Heck yeah. Have a good day. I will be here knitting on this damn sock for the next 4 days and 22 hours. 23 hours? Who knows? I specifically have not pulled up the timer today because I don't want to look at it. I don't want to think about it. So I don't think I will. I've been avoiding the clock too. I looked last night and I was like, great. So by the time stream starts, I'll have five full days. And I was like, I can do it. And then immediately went to bed. So, you know, we'll find out. I hear what I'm really banking on is that 1, the second sock goes faster. And 2, this week will be nice to me. It seems like a really big gamble. And it's fine. The nice thing is I know I have at least 1 sock. So at the very least, I'll be a cheerleader so I can still knit along. And I do plan on attempting to knit along for as much as I can. But we'll see. Just starting the second sock, it's true. It's true. Hi, Ginger Zone. How's your sock going? It's your first sock. I started learning continental knitting, but have been having a hard time of it. What is your style called? So this is flicking. So I have the yarn wrapped around my middle finger for tension, and then I keep it up here, pulled taut against the stitches, and I keep my fingers a little further back on the needle, and I flick the needle. So I'm not doing a whole lot of work with my hand. It's more using this as a lever kind of deal. If you watch Very Pink Knits on YouTube, when I think she has 1 or 2 videos that is called like How I Knit, and it's she also uses flicking, and her knitting video of flicking is what I used to learn the new style, because her videos are the bestest, and she has them in slow motion as well. Everyone who's knitting socks in the Discord, by the way, all of your socks look amazing. Not a bad one in the lot. Everyone's doing so good on these socks. I used to be a thrower where I would put the yarn down every single time. And flicking is way faster, but it also fixed all my tension problems. But I cannot seem to hold the string in my left hand at all. I'm almost finished with the chart. This sock has taken me a long time with the different strands and colors. It speeds up significantly once you get past the balloons. The heel is special. Ginger Zone, we need to talk sometime this weekend. We should have a chit. We should have a little knitting date. Started with crochet, so left hand yarn holding was more natural for me. Not I. Nope. I prefer crochet with my left hand, but knitting, I just can't do it. I managed to do it because you have to, in order to crochet, you have to hold the yarn in your left hand. So I do it, but I don't like it, and that's also part of why I don't like crochet. But mostly my wrists don't like it. And knitting's so nice. So I just do that. Guitar Nut, enjoy your lurk. Have a nice weekend if I don't talk to you before you return. We're gonna be here for a while. Doing the thing. And then a lovely hello to all of our lurkers out there. I hope y'all are having a lovely crafty time. Enjoy your lurks as well. Want to become famous? Aladdis, I'm sorry. I'm not taking requests at this time. But maybe later you can ask me how to become famous. That is fine. I'm a little busy right now. I'll teach you to become famous later. I hand out autographs now. I tried. I'm too fast. I'm too quick for the draw. Pew 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 pew. I got these swords. I got these swords on speed dial, baby. Also, I literally forgot I have a mod in chat right now. I'm used to no mods. Oh hi, I forgot you had a sword. I'll let you have the next one. How's that? You want me to go back and unban them? Siddalee, hello. I have to go to bed because apparently I have no days off. Siddalee, please take care of yourself. Go get some sleep. Twitch Sig, hello. We are desperately casting on our second sock. Nah, I'm good. I thought you were going to be like, besides, I have to go back to bed. I hear all the best mods sleep through your streams. You would be correct. All of my mods do sleep through my streams. Knitter Girl's on an opposite time zone, and Damien's useless. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, Ginger Zone, you have a sword too. Gosh, they're everywhere. Ginger Zone has a sword, though, because Ginger Zone gets employed for very specific special events. With the understanding the sword is just for decoration. The rest of the time. Ginger Zone's off the hook. Special sister pass. Moonlit Pirate, hello, thank you. This is Lolo Did It. I cannot get the light proper, so we're just going to do this so you can see the knitting. This is Lolo Did It in Orange Sickle. Nope, Dreamsicle. Sorry. Lolo Did It Everyday Sock, part of the Barely There collection. They have gorgeous tonals. I'm on mobile and thought, oh, I need to do something. And it was gone. Nope, Ginger Zone gets a pass. I can make fun of Damien being a terrible mod all day long, but Ginger Zone gets a pass. We called you in on your day off, so have a different day off. I got surprise called in. Oh, Siddalee, go take care of yourself, get some rest. I didn't tell you guys the best part about my week. So I remember I was telling you about how I've had a super long week. So by the time we got to Friday, I was like, I have got to finish a sock. Darn it. So I did. But most of my afternoon Friday was spent planning something very fancy. Because 13 Disciple and Lady 13 have very foolishly agreed to come back to Florida to see us for a weekend so we could all do the Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser experience aboard the Halcyon. We bit the bullet and we decided we were just going to pay a lot of money to be Star Wars nerds together for 3 days. And those fools agreed to it. So we're all booked for the end of April to stay at the Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser experience, which is basically a land cruise with special access to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Dark Soul, I get a discount at the park on certain things. So there's a lot of things I get discounts on. The Galactic Star Cruiser is not one of them. But we doing it. But the best part was, so I booked it and then we immediately all went into like planning mode. So I spent most of last night, because the other thing is like you get to dress up and you get to do all the fun things. And I'm like, oh, my nerd heart has been waiting for this. I'm ready. So my nerd heart is ready. So I also spent a stupid amount of time last night Googling like costume ideas and like accessories. And then of course we booked the captain's table for dinner one of the 2 nights. So I also got myself a new dress. Also, I need new dresses. So I was like, well, D-Moon, we will report back. Most of last year it was all booked up, so there wasn't an opportunity to do it anyway. And then also I have been blocked out from doing like certain things, because obviously they want paying guests to do it instead of free cast members, which is fine. That's part of the deal. But it just so happens to work out, and I was like, hey 13, you want to come down and geek out with me? And he's like, fuck yeah. And so we're gonna be nerds together. It's gonna be great. And then it's hilarious. I don't know if Hinka's still here. So 13 Disciple lives near Hinka, and they have in fact met in person. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Okay. I am flying up to see Hinka in May. And as it turns out, 13 Disciple and his wife are flying also back to Michigan the same day and time that I am flying to Michigan. But layovers in different airports and like our departure times are like an hour off and different airlines. But it's funny because I was talking to Damien, because of course this was our harebrained idea. So of course we're going to offer to pick 13 Disciple and his wife up from the airport and take him back and stuff. And Damien's like, wait, how is this going to work? And I'm like, well, on the way back, they're going to have to get to the airport an hour early because that's when my flight leaves. And Damien's like, oh no. So Damien was all excited because he thought that he wasn't going to have to take me to the airport because I was just going to drive over to because my sister and I are taking the Michigan trip together. So he thought that I would just drive over to my sister's and then we'd go to the airport together and then we'd come back and pick up my car and then I'd drive home kind of thing. And he's like, oh, good, I'm off the hook. I don't have to get up at 5 a.m. to take Stacy to the airport for 7:30 flight. And I'm like, actually, and now you also have to pick up 13 and his wife from the hotel and take all of us to the airport. And the look in his eyes just went a little bit dead. And I was like, it'll be fine. And I'm like, have a good stream. And then I finished my socks. And then I finished my sock last night and then promptly went to bed. I was like, well, it's been a long day and I've spent a lot of money on a future plan. Let's call it a day. So there you go. There you have it, kids. It would have been beyond hilarious if it was the same flight. But we bought our flights 3 weeks ago. So of course all the prices have changed since then. Speaking of which, hang on just a second. The lady 13 is messaging me and I need to make sure that it went through. All right, cool. Sorry. Oh, Hink is messaging me things we're going to see in Michigan. This is excellent. Okay, excellent. All right. All the good things. Okay. Beautiful. So yeah, there we go. Oh, you guys want to see the dress I got? It's gonna be great. I can feel it. It's from Torrid because I adore them. And also they're the one clothing brand where all of their clothes are the same size. So I know I am a size 1 in almost everything. And it is so nice to be able to shop and know that anything will fit me if they have that size. Because that's not a thing that normally happens. Also, every single thing they make is machine washable and I adore it. And that works out great for me. And I had Torrid monies to spend from the holidays. Here we go. Boop. I got this beaut in this color. I'm very excited. It looks comfy. And it's my color. Yes. So I'm going to wear that to the captain's table when we have dinner the second night on the Galactic Star Cruiser because I'm bougie now. Size guarantee sounds nice. Well, they make all of their, so Torrid's a plus size, essentially a big and tall store for women. So they're one of the only places where like I can find jeans that I know won't be either 6 inches too long or 6 inches too short. But then also because everything, so they don't have everything they sell is their own clothing line. It's very much like New York and Company. So once you figure out what your size is with them, everything is the same size across the board, which is fantastic. And that's really nice. So like I went into a store and then I tried everything on, and the lady was really nice and she was helping me. Because I was like, well, I don't know what size, because she's like, oh, did you figure out what size shoes you are? And I was like, oh, I'm not buying shoes today. And she goes, but you will. So she helped me figure out my size for everything in the store. So now I can go online and get anything I want and then return it to the store if I don't like it. They have a very nice in-store return policy I appreciate as well. I enjoy them. Also, everything is very lightweight, which is great for Florida. So now I just need to figure out what I'm going to wear on the Galactic Star Cruiser. Oh, I have an idea. I think I'm going to have some green cargo pants, like nice fitting green cargo pants. This may be a challenge. We'll see what we can find. With my like calf high black Jedi boots, because naturally. And then I'm gonna get a thigh bag, I think. And then I just need to figure out like cute shirts to wear. And then I'm gonna have like the scarf, and then the it's gonna be very Poe Dameron looking. I now realize as I say it out loud. I'm basically just gonna Poe Dameron cosplay. That's fine. I can be a space whore for 2 days. Are cargo pants the ones with multiple pockets? Yes. So I was looking at one of these babies, because this feels very spacey. Not this picture, some of these pictures with the guys wearing them, I'm like, that looks uncomfortable. I was like, I'm happy as a lady. I don't have this problem. Something about getting something like this where it goes around your waist. And then it also has this is one of those pictures. I was like, that's not how you should be wearing this, sir. Looks very tight in the crotchetal area. But basically it has a strap around your waist and then it has a strap around your leg. So you can run around and be a crazy person. This one's leather. I was looking specifically moose knuckle for sure, right? Here we go. I'm looking at getting this. This one looks way more comfortable. One of these. This one I like because then you can also wear it as like an over-the-shoulder bag, which also looks very Star Wars-y. And then you can also just wear it as a bag in real life, which is very useful. And then also, I'm going to need some space goggles so I look cute. And I'm getting these ones that are also sunglasses, so when I go to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, I can just wear them as sunglasses, so I don't have to wear human sunglasses. I can just goggle or ungoggle as necessary. Very excited. Lots of planning. So that's the plan. These boys. I'm gonna get these brown sunglass boys to protect my eyeballs. Very excited. And I just realized I'm accidentally going for this look. Poe Dameron. Rise of Skywalker. Gosh dang it, I really am going for this look. I didn't even think about it. But this is kind of what I'm going for. Because I was like, great, I'll just have some cargo pants and I'll have my boots, and then I'll have a little, he has a blaster holster. I can't do that, but I can have a thigh bag. And I was like, and then I'll wear like a cute shirt with the scarf. And it's just accidentally Poe Dameron. Doesn't Damien have goggles? Yes. They're much too big for my face. And they are very tanky and not very Star Warsy. Hinka, you can't have him. You have Pedro Pascal. Oscar Isaac is mine. Not cute ones, exactly. Not Stacy ones. Also, they're like the size of my face. Nobody wants to wear those around all day. So this is apparently the look I'm going for. There we go. Oh, here's a good picture. This one. This will do nicely. It's very this style. So I'll have the thigh holster. I'll have my Star Wars and boots. I'll have some green pants. I'll probably go without the gloves. I mean, I have gloves. It's Florida. Nobody's going to need the gloves. And then a cute little scarfy doodad that I can whoop day. And then goggles. Yeah. So that's my plan. That's my plan. Knit the scarf. It's at the end of April. I'm not going to have time to do Sock Madness and knit a whole scarf. I have like some really lightweight woven ones that I think would like lay really nicely. Worst comes to worst, I'll Jessica Jones cowl it. With the Jessica Jones cowl. This costume looks expensive. I'm not buying that costume. See, I could Jessica Jones it. But I want one that I can also do one of these with my goggles. Boop. Be sneaky. So there we go. That's the plan. Because again, I should have been knitting last night, but I didn't. I was planning my grand Star Wars adventure. Because life's too short and none of us have kids. So the four of us were like, screw it. We're going to take ourselves to Disney. That cowl he is wearing, is that brioche? I don't think so. I think it's woven. Because in later scenes, he has it tied around his arm. I just adore this picture. I'm sorry. I ship it. I think it's woven because it looks pretty fabric-y. Oh, this is a good picture. Oh, that's not what I want. Stop that. New tab. I think it's just the pattern on it. But he gets a cut on his arm and then he ties it around his arm. Here we go. He's got the arm bandage. And I feel like brioche would suck as a bandage. Posture check. Hydrate. Hello, Dan. Thank you for taking care of me. Happy weekend. The stormtrooper in the background. What's costume for? Bash, 13 Disciple, Lady 13, Damien and I have all lost our tiny minds and have booked ourselves aboard the Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser experience. Because why not? Life is short. Eat the cake. So we going to do it? I got all excited because my brioche swatch is coming along fine now. I feel like if I were going to knit it, I feel like this one. There's a really good lookalike by Laura Dabrowitz, who is the mother of the owner of Emma's Yarns in sunny Winter Haven, Florida. Neck and torso. This one, Good People. I feel like if I were going to knit it, doing either I could do the cowl version, but I think the cowl version is too small. I also think this one's too big. But this one, something more along the lines of this, that I could layer up, I feel like would be better than brioche and also faster than brioche. This is like a 4-skein shawl though. A Jawa would be a very simple costume. Bash, I would be the tallest Jawa you have ever seen. Also, can't do masks. Must have at least, well, so you can't do masks, and if you do face paint, you have to have at least half of your face unpainted or minimally painted. You can't do full, you can't go full alien? I don't know. Tink. Oh, Hinka. If I somehow magically manage to finish my Voyageante, which is part cowl and part shawl thing, that would be amazing. But that seems like a very big stretch. A very big stretch. Can we just mention that all these knit projects have like 100-pound models? It makes me mad. Well, one of them is her daughter, that's Emma, who dyes Emma's yarn. But yes, correct. That's a thing in the knitting world for a while. That's been a thing. Nothing new there. So this is not ideal. Where's the one that I was looking at? This one. No, this one. This is the top I was looking at. So I feel like something like this tunic could be very fun. To wear with that, because then it would be perfect for my little thigh bag. But I'm not a huge fan of all the danglies, especially in the back. It's an unnecessary dangly. Jawa Mothman crossover. Mind image. Do not want. I don't trust someone that looks like they never ate a donut. Her metabolism will catch up with her sooner or later. So I need to find me some Star Wars-y tops. Some shirt bits. Also, I would just like to point out that the crossover similarities between things I would wear to Burning Man and things I would wear in the Star Wars world overlap a little too much for my comfort. It's a strange overlap. I do not know how I feel about it. It's a lot. Also, things I would wear to Renfest. I do think this one could be really cute to go because it has the green stripe to go with my green pants. Also hoods. Also, it looks comfy and like I wouldn't die if I wore it to Galaxy's Edge in Florida. So that's the type of stuff I'm looking at. I'm hoping to thrift some stuff. But we don't have a lot of thrift stores here in town, so I'm not really holding my breath because pickings get kind of slim. If you're just looking for like standard clothes, that's not a problem. But if you're looking for like fancy things, unusual things, not ideal. On my first day at astronaut training, I vomited and asked the instructor, "Is this normal?" He said, "Not during a written exam, no." Thanks. Oh, geez. Oh, geez. Would I even fit that shirt? No, we're going to knit. We're going to knit. We're going to knit. A waste of good seafood. No, C player, do not want. Get out of here with that. I don't need it. I don't want it. It's probably a lie on both accounts, so it's fine. It's a thing in the fashion world in general that the large majority of models are unrealistically thin. Yes. But you wouldn't think the same would be true of knitting models. You'd think knitting models would be average people because average people knit, but also no. That makes too much sense, as it turns out. Too much sense must be stopped. Can't be allowed. Now I'm just looking at cottagecore things because I've been sucked into the void. All right, Etsy, it's time to break up. Okay. Aren't puns banned here? We like C-Playa, though. C-Playa gets a warning of like, please stop the madness. You're making it hurt. What's the deadline for second sock? I think it's like 11 a.m., 10 or 11 a.m. Thursday. Way too soon for me to be looking at Star Wars costumes on Etsy in the middle of knitting time. But in my defense, Your Honor, I did need to stretch my hands, so there we go. Anyway, any hooser. So that's my very long week and why I am so behind on my socks, Your Honor. This Thursday? Yes. Two weeks. Exactly. Ayanelli, hello. Please let me know if I'm mispronouncing your name, if there's something you prefer to be called. Welcome on in. I can't believe we've been live for 2 hours already. Gosh dang it. Easily distractible. Also, this week just proves that not only am I easily distractible during stream, but I'm also easily distractible out of stream. And that's a problem. Two names together. Aliana and Eli. You can call me either. Aliana and Ellie. Aliana Ellie. Aliana Ellie. We're going for it. I'm thrifting for the mother-in-law, and I also ran across a few nice sweaters I can deconstruct and recycle the yarn. Ooh. Yarn Ho, hello, happy weekend. I'm gonna have to figure out how to be some rebel scum soon. Very excited. Extra okay with this. My non-sock madness deadline is tomorrow. I still need to knit both cuffs. Cuffs are easy. I have to get this far. This is what I'm worried about. This. I'm going to finish these socks regardless because I'm going to have a pair of these socks on my feet. Gosh darn it. I also keep picking up the wrong end to knit on. So this is a folded cuff, so you guys will you'll soon see why we have done what we have done. One is a heavy cotton cardigan. Almost didn't want to undo it. It's real nice though. I don't think I have the patience. I think I'd rather get the wool and spin it. Yeah, so last night 13 Disciple was sending me like tips for how to dress up at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. And I was like, I do not need this. And then I watched all of them anyway. Have you shown a photo of the second sock? The second sock looks exactly the same as the first, Bash. I'm gonna finish this cuff and then we'll take a break. So yeah, the first sock is all done. You know what? I should just keep it. I should just... just keep it here like this. There we go. So it's all done except for the strings. But same gig. Crafting Squalls, thank you for the follow. Thank you for being here today. When you say second sock, do you mean the second to the pair? Correct. The second of the pair of socks. And the cuff for this, so they're cuff down. So you start at the top and you work your way down. Cuff for this is a folded cuff, very similar to the folded brim beanie, the blue one that we made. Almost exactly the same, in fact. So we've knit